The Cornucopia, also known as the Horn of Plenty. This symbol is deeply associated with Thanksgiving, and I'll tell you why. Its origins tie back to Greek and Roman mythology, where the cornucopia represented nourishment and abundance, which I'm sure you're going to feel after eating 3 days worth of food in one sitting. If you're anything like me, you're probably watching this video between naps. And if that's the case, well, happy Thanksgiving specifically to you. I hope no political arguments have broken out. The cornucopia symbol evolved over time to represent the bountiful harvest celebrated during the holidays. It's why a lot of families will have a cornucopia out on display during Thanksgiving and the fall season. Essentially, it represents gratitude for the harvest this season. But the cornucopia has come to mean something very different for people who are fans of the Mandela effect. When we see the cornucopia, we connect it to the Fruit of the Loom clothing brand, which is the perfect representation of the Mandela effect. Everyone remembers its logo having a cornucopia, and yet it has apparently never had one. This has led to many people deeply researching this topic and struggling to make sense of it. Because of this, the symbol of the cornucopia has come to represent what used to be. It stands for the changes that have seemingly happened when no one was looking. Logos change, events differ, memories clash. It's a wild experience, as I'm sure you've been feeling during this video. So next up, I'm going to put together everything I've ever said about Fruit of the Loom and its missing cornucopia into one massive collection. So let's cut out a big slice of this Thanksgiving mystery. The Mandela effect surrounding Fruit of the Loom is in regards to its artwork. It's a pile of fruit, but what so many people remember was the cornucopia behind the fruit, as though the fruit had spilled out of the cornucopia. Fruit of the Loom has always denied this, and they've said it's never existed, but so many people remember this missing cornucopia, myself included. So for April Fools, Fruit of the Loom updated its logo to include the missing cornucopia all over its website. Take a look at it. It's weird, it looks strangely familiar to so many of us. Obviously this is a wink and a nod to fans of the Mandela effect, and it's a pretty good April Fool's Day prank, but it's still so weird because so many people remember this logo with a cornucopia. So what do you think of this prank? Is it a gaslighting attempt to make you all feel crazy, or is this just all in good fun? I'm curious to hear your take on it. I want to talk about an interesting find regarding the Fruit of the Loom Mandela effect. This update is in regards to a photo taken in 1939 of an extremely poor family's house during the Great Depression. The family's wallpaper is made from glued up newspaper clippings, and if you look at this specific place on the wall, you'll see an ad for Fruit of the Loom. At first glance, this ad appears blurry, but it looks like it has a cornucopia in it. If it does indeed have a cornucopia, this proves that the Fruit of the Loom artwork has changed. The debate around this photograph has caused a lot of argument online, and because of this, I decided to use an AI upscaler to enhance the details and see for myself. Now remember, this company swears it never used a cornucopia in any of its company branding. In fact, we have an entire visual list of all of their previous logos. So after enhancing this, what did I find? Well, once I zoomed in and enhanced the blurry old mess of a photo, I discovered this. Yeah, it's not pretty, but it tells us a lot. After rotating it and going through a mess of old logos, I finally found one that matches. It's the 1893 to 1927 Fruit of the Loom logo, meaning this newspaper had been hanging on their wall for over a decade. It also means that this logo doesn't have a cornucopia. I know it looked like it did from afar, but unfortunately the mystery still remains. You'd think that's it for the Fruit of the Loom residue, but I've actually got two more updates for you. First up is a trademark filed in 1973 and granted in 1974 by Fruit of the Loom. This trademark was in fact for a deodorant. Now here is the interesting thing about this trademark. It has a piece of art attached to it, which I'm showing you now. I'd like you to analyze this piece of art right here as I read the literal description for the trademark. Berries, grapes, alone or in bunches, apples, baskets, bowls, and other containers of fruits, including cornucopia, Horn of Plenty. Now why would Fruit of the Loom, a company who swears to have never used a cornucopia in any of their artwork ever, claim a cornucopia in their trademark? I don't know about you, but I find that pretty strange. The trademark was eventually canceled, which you might think, oh, they realized the mistake by adding a cornucopia in the description and then canceled the trademark right away. But that's not what happened. This cancellation took place in 1988, a full 15 years after it was first registered. Fun fact, while researching this, I learned that Fruit of the Loom is one of the earliest trademarks in America, given the number 418. Their first trademark was given 1 year after trademark laws were first passed by Congress. Not only that, the trademark predates Coca-Cola, the paper bag, and even the light bulb. The last thing I have to say about Fruit of the Loom in this video is in regards to Breaking Bad. I was rewatching Breaking Bad for the 20th time because it's such a phenomenal show in every regard, and I caught something really funny. In Season 2, Episode 6, there is a sign shown for a fictional company called Rio Grande, Fruits and Vegetables. Beside that name is a fake company's logo, a cornucopia filled with a variety of interesting fruits and veggies. This is obviously a reference to the classic Fruit of the Loom Cornucopia that never existed, and we all know about it for completely unknown and mysterious reasons.